Shalom, Israel. Yahanna, my brothers, Yahanna, my sisters. We're the I.S.U.P.K started on 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We here to tell blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans that they are the children of Israel according to the Bible. I'm Officer 500 Yahweh, and we come to teach that Lashawan, Qadash. You know what I'm saying? As Officer Hadar Maka so eloquently say in Hebrews 101, you know, it's about him teaching the basics, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna go over a few things tonight. We're gonna deal with this alphabet first, as we normally do. Give you a moment to look at that. And as we look at it, just know that the Most High left this language for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And it was taken from us because of our ignorance and our stubbornness, our hard-headedness, our prideful hearts. All them wanted to do everything but serve God. We chose the other nations. So what we're gonna do tonight? We're gonna deal with the alphabet to start class, and we're gonna get into some other things. So let's make it shake. If you know what I'm talking about. All right, the first character we got on the board. So like you give me a moment. First character we got on the board is Ah in the ancient, in the Assyrian. Then after that we got Ba in the ancient, Ba in the Assyrian. Then there's Da in the ancient, Da in the Assyrian, Da as in Da, King David, you know what I'm talking about, Da in the ancient, Da in the Assyrian. After that we got Ha in the ancient, Ha in the Assyrian. We got Wa in the ancient, Wa in the Assyrian. We got the Za in the ancient, Za in the Assyrian. We got Ka, like in Captain Kasazar. We got Ka in the ancient, Ka in the Assyrian. Now in the Assyrian, the Ka don't look like the Ha. The difference between the Ka and the Ha has a space. It has a space right here. Well, the Ka doesn't have that space. There's no space. It's like a staple. It looks like a staple. You understand? All right. We're gonna keep going. We got Ta in the ancient, Ta in the Assyrian. Ya in the ancient, Ya in the Assyrian. Ka in the ancient, Ka is one of 5 characters that has in the Assyrian that has 2 characters. One for the beginning and middle of the word, this Ka right here, and at the end of the word. That's the Ka that you would use at the end of a word. And you see that it extends below the letter line. All right. We got La in the ancient, looks like the modern day letter L, La in the ancient, La in the Assyrian. We got Ma in the ancient, Ma in the Assyrian. Remember, we got certain characters have 2. This is one of them. This is Ma in the ancient, beginning or middle of the word. Ma, so like Ma in the Assyrian, middle or the beginning. Middle of the beginning. Ma at the end of the word in the Assyrian. Na, it's the same way as the Ma and the Ka. Na in the ancient, this is the ancient Na. Na in the Assyrian, it's like a staple on its side. And then Na at the end of the word, that Na is gonna go just like that Ka, it's gonna extend down below the letter line. That's not always true for all. Make sure. Yeah, that's not always true about that letter line. Because the Ma doesn't go behind, it just a box. All right. It doesn't go below the letter line. All right. So here we go. We got Sa in the ancient, Sa in the Assyrian. Now Sa looks like in the Assyrian looks like a Ma, but if you look at it, if you look at the Sa and the Sa has this tail up, the Ma has a tail that goes down, and that's how you would differentiate. All right, I in the ancient, I in the Assyrian. We got Pa in the ancient. Pa is one of those characters that has an alternate ending. One of those 5 with 2 characters. So Pa in the beginning or the middle of the word will look like this right here. At the end, it will look like this. And it will drop with the extendo below the letter line, you know what I'm talking about? And then what the young folks say, they call it the extendo, you know what I'm talking about? You drop that down below the letter line. Tasa. All right, you got Tasa in the ancient, Tasa in the Assyrian. It's the last of the alternate endings, all right, Tasa. So you got this in the beginning and middle of the word, this one at the end of the word, and it does the same as those. It drops below the letter line. The only one that does it is the mouth. All right. Qua in the ancient, Qua in the Assyrian, Ra in the ancient, Ancient Ra and the Assyrian Qua are similar, but they're not. One is they're turned different, opposite of each other, and the other has space between it. All right, and you'll be able to see it. You'll be able to see it. All right. Shah in the ancient, Shah in the Assyrian, Ba in the ancient, Ba in the Assyrian. All right. Now let's get to it. Let's see if we can make us some words here tonight. You know what I'm saying? I.S.U.P.K, ATL. You know, I know y'all been watching the TV, and they got, you know, they up there riding and protesting and all this, that, and the third in the city of the A. They over there call themselves protesting, you know what I'm saying? So, Mohan tried for the I.S.U.P.K. We don't, you know, we don't subscribe to chaos. We do everything in order. Decent and in order. That's how we do it. That's what the Most High requires. Ain't no chaos in here. If you want chaos, I know you can hear it. If you can't hear it, just so you know, music is being blasted into this chaos tonight that's going on all over the ATL. If you can't hear it, Mohan Christ. But it is getting on my nerve right now. All right? So we're going to get to it a little bit. We're going to get to it. We're going to put something up here on the board. See if we can challenge our brains a little bit tonight. All right, and we're going to open up our Blue Letter Bible first. Let's go to our Blue Letter Bible. And while we got it open, we're going to go to some verses with some names. We're going to deal with some names tonight. All right, we're dealing with the names, biblical names. Biblical names is what we're dealing with tonight. Biblical names. Biblical, hope I spelled that right. Names. All right, biblical names. That's what we're doing tonight. All right, first name we're going to do is Israel. All right, Israel. No, we're not going to do Israel first. We're going to do something else first. We're going to do the Most High. That's what we're going to do. I'm surprised. You got your blue letter on you? Go to Exodus 15. Exodus 15 and 3. We're going straight and start from the top, from the root to the tooth. You understand? And we're gonna start with the Most High's name. All right. So the Most High. All right. Now we know his name to be Yahweh. All right, your man Abishai, can you see that on the board? Can you see that on the board, young man Abishai? Oh, okay. I want to make sure you can see. All right, so the Most High name is Yahweh. All right, you can find his name in Exodus chapter 15 and verse 3. Go to Exodus 15 and 3 in your blue letter Bible. Exodus 15 and 3. That's one particular place that you can find it. I go to that verse because I love that verse. One of the verses that I love. I'm about to ask CSC. You about to ask. Exodus 15 and 3. Read it when you got the option about it.
It comes on the book of Exodus, chapter 15, verse 3.
Go ahead.
The Lord is a man of war. The Lord is his name.
All right. It say the Lord is a man of war. The Lord is his name. Now, when it say the Lord, what do it have the option about in the Hebrew? What's the word for the Lord in the Hebrew? Very first word.
Yahweh.
Yahweh. So I'll put it up here in the Assyrian. All right, that's the Assyrian text. Most High's name in Assyrian. Most High's name in the Syrian. Give you a moment to write that down. Most High's name in the Syrian. All right, and then we're gonna write it. We're also gonna put it up here in the ancient as well. Give you a moment to write that down. What I got on the board. Give you a moment. All right, got that on the board. Give you a moment to write that down. That's the Most High's name in the Assyrian and in the ancient. The Most High, his name is Yahweh. 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 Got it right there. The Most High, that's his name. All right. Gonna keep this thing moving. Salakia for starting a little late. Salakia for that. You know, like I said, traffic was a beast. You got the Christians in the world out here protesting the government, all types of things, you know. So, you know, the water for y'all patience with us tonight here at I.S.U.P.K. Atlanta. The water for that. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? But I hope everybody got this right here. The Most High's name is Yahweh. It's in the Assyrian, it's this right here, Yahweh. In the ancient, Yahweh. All right. Give you a few more seconds, and I'm gonna get to erase it. You got it down, young man, Lashawan? All right. So we just did the Most High. All right. So we did the Most High. Let's do another name. Let's do another name. Let's do Christ's name. What's Christ's name? Go ahead. Yahweh. All right, now where does that name come from? Where does that name come from? Where does it come from? Where does the name Yahweh come from? Why does Christ have the name Yahweh? And how can we prove it's Yahweh? Anybody know? Go ahead. Go ahead. Oh yeah, it means Joshua. It means Joshua. Yahweh means Joshua. But why is Yahweh's name Joshua? And not why we not saying Jesus? Why we saying Joshua instead of Yahweh? Why we saying it? Okay. All right. But why would Christ's name be Joshua? Because we know in the English when we read in the New Testament, it don't say Joshua, it say Jesus. All right, so go to Acts chapter 7, verse 45. Acts chapter 7, verse show you why Jesus is Yahweh. Acts 7 and 45. You got it there, young man Lashawan. I want you to read it when you get it. Acts 7:45. Read it out loud. Read it out loud, Salam. Acts. Go ahead. Uh-huh. All right. Now, when you read that 7:45, what name did he use? It said Jesus. Now we know Jesus was not there when God took the children of Israel out into the wilderness. Christ wasn't there, was he? So if Jesus wasn't there, that verse right there lets you know that Yahushua, that Jesus' true name is Yahushua. That's the clue. And the preacher in the church ain't gonna tell you that. Go ahead. Go ahead. Right. So you got Yahushua. So when you read Acts 7:45, let me go to it right quick. Let me go to it right quick. I was trying to find something else. But Acts 7:45, when you read Acts 7:45 and it say Jesus, it's letting you know where it's giving you a context clue on who is who and who is what going on. All right. That's all it's saying. Which also our fathers that came after brought in with Yahushua. So that brought in with is talking about, well, we go back to verse 44. Let's start verse 44, Acts 7:44. Our fathers had the tabernacle of witness in the wilderness. So in the wilderness were the children of Israel. As he had appointed, speaking unto Moses, that he should make it according to the fashion that he had seen it. So he talking about the tabernacle, and Moses supposed to put this thing together. But we know Moses didn't make it into the land of Israel. So let's go on. We'll keep on reading in verse 45. It says, which also our fathers that came after brought in with Yahushua, with Jesus, into the possession of the Gentiles. Meaning, Yahushua or Joshua took the people of Israel and possessed the land. All right, you got it? Good. I said, the last part, what I just said was, Joshua led the people into the land that was being inhabited by the Gentiles, the heathen nations. Joshua did that. So in this context, when they say Jesus, they're talking about Joshua, because we know that Joshua led the children of Israel out of the wilderness into Israel. Yeah, so that's how we know that Yahweh's name is what it is, based on this verse and who came or who went into the wilderness and who came out of the wilderness. You understand? You understand? Oh yeah. The Most High set it up. The Most High set it up so that you can have understanding of what's going on. All right, so Yahushua is Joshua. All right, Yahushua is Joshua. Let's get that understanding and to spell it. Let me go back. So to spell Yahushua, let's go to Joshua, the book of Joshua, chapter 1. The book of Joshua, chapter 1, verse 1. It says, now after the death of Moses, the servant of the Lord, it came to pass that the Lord spake unto Joshua, the son of Nun, Moses' minister, saying, all right, so it said Joshua. So we go to our interlinear and we find out what Joshua is in the Hebrew. And like we said, in Yahushua, we already know that. And that's where you'll find your spelling. All right, so we'll put it to you in the Assyrian verse. Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai. Greatest king to ever live. The greatest king to ever live is Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai for Mashiach. Is the greatest king to ever live. Yahweh Shai. Alright? It's him in the Assyrian right there. Alright? Then I give it to you, you want to write it down, and I put it up there in the ancient. Yeah, the Bible is filled with jewels. But the preacher in the church, he don't want to tell you about these jewels. He wants you to continue to believe what your oppressor tell you. You understand it? What the oppressor tell you is an absolute falsehood. It's a lie. It is something to keep you deceived and keep you out of the position you're supposed to be in. And that's rulers. All right, let me put it up here in the ancient, and we'll move on. Go ahead. Joshua chapter 1, verse 1. Oh, no sweat, are you on the bar? All right. I got it up there in the Assyrian and in the ancient. Assyrian and the ancient. All right. Give you a moment to get that down. And Yahweh Shai Mashiach, our King, our Savior, is the greatest man that ever walked the face of the earth. You know what I'm talking about? And if it had not been for him, we would have had the truth. You know what I'm talking about? He came out here, walked the earth in the truth, showed us how to keep this truth, how to keep these laws, statutes, commandments. That's why it's important to know who your people are, so that you can go out and teach your people, because that's what Christ said. I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And that's what we got to do. We got to be sent. We're sent to the lost sheep. So in order to go and teach the lost sheep, you got to come into this truth, learn what it is to be an Israelite, so that you can go and show the people how to be an Israelite. All right. So we did the Most High, we did Yahweh Shai, but now we're gonna keep it pushing. We're gonna keep it pushing. You got everything on this board there, young man Abishai? Anybody else to chime in? All right. All right. The next thing we're gonna do is Israel. Yasharallah. We're gonna do Israel. Jacob. Jacob got his name changed to Israel. And when he got his name changed to Israel, he got his name changed because he wrestled with an angel and he prevailed. That's why he got his name changed. Is to Israel. So we put Israel up here. Israel. All right. Israel in the Hebrew is Yashar Allah. Yashar Allah. And I'm saying it that way because that's the way you're supposed to say it. It's Yashar Allah. Yashar Allah. So Yashar Allah. Yashar Allah. So when you say these things fast, it sounds weird. You gotta take your time to say it. Make sure you say it right. Say it right. Yashar Allah. Yashar Allah. All right, Israel. Israel. All right, see you, Mom. So when we put this Israel up here, we're gonna put the Israel up here. We got the Yah, we got the Shar. I'm doing that wrong. Look, look, I'm trying to put the ancient with the Assyrian. Make sure I do it right. Yashar. Love. Yasharala. It's Israel and the Assyrian. Israel and the Assyrian. Give you a moment to get that down, and I'll put it up in the ancient. All right. We'll put it up in the ancient. Yasharala. Yasharala. Anybody know what Yasharala means? Y'all know what Yasharala means? Anybody know what it means? What it mean? That's Quam Yashala. Quam Yashala means rise Israel. But what does the word Israel mean? Israel got its own meaning. And if you want to find it, go to Genesis 25. Let's go there right quick. Genesis 25. Let's make sure. Make sure. Hold on, let me find this thing real quick. Because Jacob got his name changed. What is this? Genesis 42. Genesis 42. I'm in the wrong spot. Genesis 42. Let's see. Oh, I'm wrong again. Hold on. Give me a second. Give me a second. I know what this thing is. Genesis 32. Go ahead and read it. Genesis 32. Young man, I was shot. This is Genesis 32 and verse, what is it? 32 and 38. Go ahead and read the the class slide. You said 32 or 30? 38. You mean, hold on.
Yes, 32 for me.
32 and 28. 32 and 28. Go ahead.
The book of Genesis, chapter 32, verse 28.
Say it loud.
And he said, thy name shall be called no more Jacob.
So he ain't gonna call him Jacob no more. Go ahead.
But Israel.
But who?
But Israel.
But Israel. Keep going.
For as a prince that has thy power with the Most High and with men.
A prince that has power with the Most High and men. A prince that has power with the Most High and men. So Israel means prince with power, prince of power. That's what that means. It means prince with power, prince of the power. Yashar Allah. Yashar Allah. Let me get that right there here with this bumper. Alright. Yashar Allah. Alright. Means prince with power, prince of power. Alright. Prince, we say power with men, power of the Most High. That's what we are. We got that power. We run the earth, but we can't run the earth if we don't do what he say. You got this on the board right here, that young man, I'm sure. All right, take your time. Take your time. Being an Israelite ain't hard. It comes with benefits and rewards. Like inheriting the kingdom. The kingdom of heaven will be inherited when you keep these laws, statutes, and commandments as an Israelite. If you want to be anything other than an Israelite, you're sadly making a mistake. You're making a big, terrible mistake. Terrible mistake. Terrible mistake. Tell me when you're done. All right, the water for that. All right. The next name we're gonna call out here is Moses. Moses. All right. We're gonna do Moses. Moses is next. All right. All right, we're gonna do Moses. Let me get the reference for you, so you'll know where we at. Let's see, let me get it right for you. Going to Exodus chapter 2, verse 10. Exodus 2, verse 10. And this is where we're gonna find Moses. In Exodus 2 and 10. Exodus 2 and 10 is where you'll find Moses. And Moses' name in the Hebrew is Mashah. 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 All right. We're going to put it up here in the Assyrian first. All right. Mashah in the Assyrian, or Moses in the Assyrian Slaki is Mashah. So Mashah. 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 In the Assyrian. In the Assyrian. Mashah. And in the ancient. In the ancient. We'll do it in the ancient as well, so we have complete understanding. Mashah. Mashah. This is chapter 2, verse 10. Mashah. Masha, give you a moment. Hold on. Let me correct that right quick. It looks weird. Masha. And Moses' name means drawn out of water. Drawn out of water. And this is, you can find it in Exodus 2 and 10. Let me read it to you. So let me get that for you. Exodus 2 and 10. It says, and the child grew, and she brought him unto Pharaoh's daughter, and he became her son. And she called his name Moses, and she said, because I drew him out of the water. Moses' name Masha means drew him out of water. All right, you got all this down, Abishai? All right. The next thing we're gonna do is Aaron, and you can find Aaron in Exodus 4 and let me see, 27 or 17. Exodus 4 and 27. Yeah, Exodus 4 and 27. Exodus 4 and 27. Aaron, the man that was with Moses while Moses was talking to Pharaoh, we talking about Aaron, his sidekick, his right-hand man, his finger box. You know what I'm talking about? His voice, because Moses had a speech impediment. Moses, I don't know how to talk. I can't talk, right? I don't know how to talk. But the Moab said, I got your brother right there with you, Aaron. He right there with you. He'll go with you until you talk. We're gonna put Aaron up here. Make sure I spell this man right. Yep. All right. Aaron. Aaron's name in the Hebrew is Aharon. Aharon. Let me make sure. Aharon. 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 Make it so you can see it. Aharon. Aharon. And I separated it. Hold on, let me do that. Let me separate it so you can see it. If I were to write it together, y'all would be like, that ain't right, but it is right. You gotta remember, English and Hebrew are two different languages. So, run. Let me do this right. Run. Run. Aharon. Aharon. All right. Aharon. That's Aaron's name in the Hebrew. Aharon. I'm put up here in the Assyrian and in the ancient. All right. Start with the Assyrian. Just so you know, let me put this up here for you. This is Exodus 4 and 27. Make sure you're 4 and 27. Exodus 4 and 27. Aharon. And I'm put it up here in the Assyrian. All right. I'm going to put this up here. We got it up there in the Assyrian and in the ancient. All right. Aaron. Aaron. Aharon. Aharon. In the Assyrian and in the ancient. All right. That's Aaron. Aaron was with Moses. Now, I would put Joshua back up there, but Joshua has already been placed on the board. Joshua is who? Who is Joshua? What's the name for Joshua in the Hebrew? Anybody? Young man, Abishai, go ahead. Yahushua. That's right. Yahushua. All right. And Christ's name means salvation. It basically means salvation. Because when Christ was born, let's go to Christ's birth. While you writing this down, I'm going to Christ's birth in Matthew chapter 1. Matthew chapter 1, verse 21. And it will tell you what Christ's name means, what Joshua actually means. So remember, we just went to Acts 7 and 45, and it said, Jesus that brought the children out of the wilderness into the land. All right? And we know Joshua did that. So let's find out what his name means. This is Matthew chapter 1, verse 21. All right? It says, and she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name, what we know today to be Yahushua, for he shall save his people from their sins. Joshua means salvation. Joshua means salvation. And even when the not Yahushua, but we talking about Joshua after Moses, that Joshua, even he was a he led the children of Israel into our land, into our homeland. That is salvation for us. You understand? So the name fits. You know, we were led out of captivity and brought into our land to receive salvation from the Most High by Joshua in the wilderness. We are given the right to the tree of life through Christ giving his life, and showing us and giving us salvation. That's why his name is Yahushua, because he will save his people. All right, so we got Aaron up there. Salakia. We got Aaron up here. All right, Aaron is up here. Now let's move on. Let's go and put Adam up here. Adam. I'm sorry, you got this right here? All right. So we're going to erase this and go Genesis chapter 2, verse 19. Genesis 2 and 19. Genesis 2 and 19, and we're going to go with Adam. Adam. In Genesis 2:19. All right, and we're going with the name Adam. All right, Adam. Let me get there with you right quick in this blue letter. Genesis 2:19 says, and out of the ground the Lord God formed every beast of the field, every fowl of the air, and brought them unto Adam to see what he would call them. And whatsoever Adam called every living creature, that was the name thereof. All right, so we're going to go into this interlinear. We're going to find Adam in that verse. And Adam is Adam. 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 Go ahead. Somebody say something? All right. In the in the Hebrew, Adam is Adam. So I'm going to put it up here in the Assyrian first. Adam. Da, and the Ma. Adam and the Assyrian. Put up in the ancient as well. All right. Go ahead. Go.
You gotta bear with them because we lost the video online.
All right, give you a moment. Give us a moment. Let's see what we got. Go check that out for me. Give me a second. Let's see what we got going on here. Oh, I see what's going on in the back. Give me a second. Give me a second. I'll get so lock you about that. All right, see what we got. Start the video back up there in the pasture. Yeah, give us a moment to get the feedback up.
No problem.
What you see now, the outside? Did it come back up?
Still playing.
It should be up in a second. Give it a second.
There we go.
All right, there we go. So Salakia about that to the brothers and sisters out there in Google land, YouTube verse, you know what I'm talking about, Twitter land, wherever the hell you're watching us at. You know what I'm saying? Salakia about that the technical difficulty. But anyway, we were doing Adam. We left off with Adam when the screen popped off, and we still working it. So Adam, Genesis 2:19. Adam in the Hebrew. Adam. All right, and then the word in Assyrian Salaki is spelled like this in Assyrian, and in the ancient it's spelled like this on the bottom. Give you a moment to write that down. Give you a moment to write that down. And since we talking about what we done went past, we'll probably put that in the last word. Since we talking about it, since we in that season of the Passover and all that. All right, so we got Adam up here. All right, tell me when you're done there, Abishai. Tell me when you're done. You finished with it? Say again? Which one? The Assyrian is right. The Assyrian is right. You caught it. I wasn't trying to trick you, but you caught it though. Glad you caught it. It would have got passed over. Look, once you learn this Hebrew, it's gonna be hard to separate the characters, the ancient and the Assyrian, because you're gonna know them. You're gonna be in the study them so much, you're gonna want to interchange them, and they can't be interchanged. And the water for that correction. Good eyesight on that one. You're right. I had that wrong. So it's Ada and Ma, Salakia. Ada and Ma in the ancient, Ada and Ma in the Assyrian. Give you a moment to get that written down, and we'll be on our way. The water for the correction. All right, yeah, and remember you can find that in Genesis 2:19, and we're gonna keep it pushing with a few more names. Uh-huh. All right. So the next name we're gonna go and grab out of antiquity, out of this Bible, would be King David. King David. And you can find King David in, let's see, hold on. Do I want to use, I want to say King David. Wait a minute, give me a second. There's a scripture that actually says King David. I'm just trying to pull it. All right, we're just gonna put it up there anyway. 2 Samuel 2 and 4. That's where we go. 2 Samuel 2 and 4. 2 Samuel 2 and 4. 2 Samuel 2 and 4. Put it up here so I can remember. 2 Samuel 2 and verse 4. All right, we'll erase the rest of this up here. So we can get King David up here, you know what I'm talking about? All right, here we go. All right, so we got the king. We got the king. Make sure everything, that screen, that video still up? You still can see? All right, David, King David. All right. All right, we're going to put in parentheses King. So we're going to put on the parentheses King David. All right. Somebody reads 2 Samuel chapter 2, verse 4. 2 Samuel 2, verse 4. Go ahead.
Chapter 2, verse 4.
Yeah.
The men of Judah came, and there they anointed David king over the house.
Start right there. David, king over the house of Judah. We're going to start right there. David is the king over the house of Judah. So I'm gonna when we look at that in the ancient, in the Assyrian text, when we look at it in that Hebrew, it'll tell us what David king is. What does that mean? It'll tell us how to say it. So let me go to it right quick. 2 Samuel 2 and 4 in the blue letter, it says, give me there a second to get there. All right, it will be Dawada Malak. Oh, where in that sentence it's Dawada La Malak. All right, Dawada La Malak. So the Dawada is King David's name. Dawada. Let me put it up here in the series. Da. Wa. Da. We're gonna put it up in the ancient. We're gonna do it two ways in the ancient. We're gonna do it two ways in the ancient. All right. Move this ancient over. Different ways in the ancient. Three ways. We're gonna do it three ways in the ancient. Lock it. Three ways in the ancient. I'm so sorry. We're gonna do it three ways in the ancient. All right. The common way everybody sees it in the ancient is like this. All right. That's the common way. That's everybody knows that as the common way to say David, or David, yeah, David in ancient. That's one way to say it. The correct way to do it is this. Da, wa, da. That's the correct way. Da, slap. Da, wa, da. The correct way to write it down is that. In the Assyrian, in the ancient. Da, wa, da. The third way to write it would be similar to this up here. But you'll put the wa inside it. So it's three different ways you can write David in the ancient. In the Assyrian, it's only one way. All right, and the word for king is malak. Malak. All right. So once you get the king, once you get David down, we'll do the word king in the ancient and in the Assyrian. We'll make it so you can understand it with these arrows. All right. Let me know when you finish and we'll go and put king up there. We'll put the word king on the board. Yeah, just tell me when you finish. But we got some powerful brothers in our world. You know what I'm talking about? The house of Israel, we got some powerful, heavy-hitting brothers. You know what I'm saying? I haven't even got, I'm just at the tip of the iceberg right now. Haven't even really got deep into all our brothers that have had an impact, Salakia, an impact on the house of Israel, on this great nation. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to keep it pushing. You say you got it there, Abishai? All right. So the next thing we're gonna do is king. We still in that 2 Samuel chapter 2, verse 4. You can find it there. We'll just leave that 2 Samuel up there so you can understand that it's there. So you can't say I'm pulling the wool over your head. It's not gonna work. Not that dude. I am your friend. All right, I am your friend. I ain't got no reason to lie to you. None at all. All right. So 2 Samuel 2:4, the word is, Salaki, the word is king. The English word king is what we're dealing with. The English word king. And in the Hebrew, the word is malak. Malak. All right, malak. All right. Assyrian, we'll put the Assyrian up first. And excuse my penmanship, you know. Malak. In the ancient, we're going to do malak in the ancient as well, Salaki. We're going to do it in the ancient as well, malak. Salaki, malak meaning king. Malak meaning king. La. Go ahead. Uh-huh.
So that would be Malak Dawada.
Malak Dawada, or Dawada Malak. You know, depending on how you say it. It's like if you say David, like in the scripture it said David, king of Israel, it'll be Af Dawada Lamalak Yasharal. Not Yasharal, Yahawada. La it will be it's like Af Dawada Lamalak La Yahawada. It's like that what that would be. All right. So here we go. We got king on the board. We got Malak in the Assyrian, Malak in the Assyrian, Malak in the ancient. Malak in the ancient. All right. Let me see if I pull out one more name for y'all here before we call it a night. Let's pull Salaki. Let's go King Solomon. King Solomon. We're going Solomon. 2 Samuel chapter 12, verse 24. 2 Samuel 12 and 24. Last name for tonight. 2 Samuel 12 and 24. Remember that we got King now. Remember King David, Malak Dawada, and then we got King Solomon. So remember you can use Malak for King Solomon too. 12 and 24. 2 Samuel 12 and 24. All right, Salaki. Go ahead. Yep, go ahead and read it when you get it. As soon as you get it, go ahead and read it. 2 Samuel 12 and 24.
Found out about God. And David comforted when she was his wife and went in on her and lay with her. And she bare a son. And he called his name Solomon.
Solomon. So King David went in. And what happened? A baby was born. 9 months later, a baby was born, Salaki, and they called it Solomon. Solomon. Salaki. Y'all got to forgive my penmanship. Like I said, forgive my penmanship. We talking about Solomon, though. All right, Solomon. So in the Hebrew, it would be Shalomah, 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 Ma, Shalomah. All right, put it up here in the Assyrian. All right, we got Shah, La, Shalomah, Shalomah in the Hebrew. I mean, it's like in the Assyrian. Let me fix that up a little bit. That looks so terrible. All right, Shalomah in the Assyrian, and we're gonna put it up here in the ancient. Shalomah. got it up there. Ancient. I mean, so like in the Assyrian and in the ancient. Shalom. Shalom is Solomon in the Assyrian. Shalama. Ma. Shalama. The ha is almost silent, but it's there. Shalama in the ancient. Shalama. And it shows you where that ha is connected in the ancient. It's connected to the ma. So shalama. Shalama. So when you say that last ma, when you say this ma right here, it's like you're gonna put some air in that word. Shalama. Shalama. Because you're gonna make that ha got to come in there. It's almost as it's silent because that ma sound like it got an H in it anyway. But just add like it's just like what that boy name was, Pops, and then Friday when you say the word MF, you gotta put some air with it. Yeah, same context. You gotta put some air with it. Put a little air with it. You understand? Our language is strong and pronounced, so don't be scared to speak the language with power. Don't be a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Say it with your chest. Say it with your chest. That's what it basically going to boil down to. Saying it with your chest. I'm gonna give you a moment to write that down. Give you a moment to write that down. All right. One more word, and we're gonna turn the class over to Officer Lepashkaya. But we're gonna go with one more word. Because we in that season. We in that season of the Passover. All right. Now I want you to go to Leviticus 23 and 5. Leviticus 23 and 5. Leviticus 23 and 5. Because we are getting ready. We got one more event before the Passover, and that would be the Feast of Purim. The Feast of Purim. All right. The Feast of Purim, and that would be Sunday, March the 5th. And it goes into Monday the 6th, and that Feast of Purim will be here in Atlanta, I.S.U.P.K. Atlanta. It'll be at every school across the world, but here in Atlanta, we'll be celebrating that as well. We'll be cooking up some good food, you know what I'm saying, and enjoying the brotherhood one with another. All right, so the word we're going to do right now is in Leviticus 23 and verse 5. Leviticus 23, we put up here. Leviticus 23 and verse 5. Leviticus 23 and 5. And the word of the day, Passover. I hope y'all paid the Passover fees. The book the room. Even if you ain't paid for it, at least book it. You know what I'm saying? At least book it. All right, read that scripture though. Leviticus 23 and 5 for me. Young man Abishai.
Leviticus 23 and 5. In the 14th day of the first month and year is the Lord's Passover.
The Lord's Passover. The Most High's Passover. Pasak. Pasak is the word. Pasak. All right. And we're going to put it up here in the ancient. It's like in the Assyrian and in the ancient. Assyrian on the bottom. Ancient will be on the top. All right. Assyrian. Pasak. Pasak. Let me make sure I get it right. Pasak. Like with the CH at the end. You see how I got it up there? Check the board up, Salaki, young man Abishai. See how I got it written in the English on the board? There you go, Pasak. Yeah, Pasak. Pasak. Yep, just like that. know what? I don't do that all wrong. I put the ancient at the bottom. That's ancient. Don't I got it written up there as Assyrian, but that's ancient. I'm sorry, it's locked. That's ancient. All right, you want to write that down? The ancient. All right. You got those ancient at the bottom, and I put the Assyrian at the top. Assyrian is at the top. All right. Pa-sak. 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 Pa-sa-ka. Pa-sak. 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 Give your mama to get the last little bit down. You know, and this is what it's all about. When you come into the I.S.U.P.K. started in 1969 up under the self-heads that got passed down to Commander General Yahanna under the Most High in Christ. Check this out. If you in here, you're gonna observe these feast days. And these feast days are a part of your culture. And the Most High, he expects us to do this. He expects us to keep these laws and commandments. He expects us to be the men of Israel, the children of the Bible, the children of him, his children, his special people. We're supposed to be that. We're supposed to be those people doing what he asked so that we can have eternal rulership over the people of this earth, over the earth. You know what I'm saying? The earth is in mourning right now because wicked people are in rulership. And that's why the men of the I.S.U.P.K. come together to celebrate this Passover, to celebrate Feast of Unleavened Bread, celebrate Feast of First Fruits, blowing of the trumpets, the Day of Atonement, Feast of Tabernacles, the Feast of Dedication, which is Hanukkah, and the Feast of Purim. We do these things at the Sabbath service. You know, we do these things because God asked us to. He requires these things of us. And if we don't do them, we're not being good stewards of what the Most High left us. And that's this truth. And when you're a priest and a prophet, you got to uphold the truth, no matter what other people are saying out here. Young man, Abishai, you got everything on this board? All right, we're going to turn the class over to Priest Officer of 50, the Pashkaya. Young Lamar.
Here's the I.S.U.P.K. security announcements. Where the I.S.U.P.K. started on 1 West 125th Street, Hall, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister come to the school, they'll live for 6 months. They're here to be saluted only. They're here to set themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, my brother and sister has interest in a particular person. He or she must get permission for him to speak to a brother and sister. There's another 6 months which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 to 10. My I.S.U.P.K, that means 10 in Hebrew. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department and teacher. Priest fund. Free will offer priest not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you like to give. Next whole convocation is going to be a Feast of Purim. It's going to be on the 14th day and the 15th day of the 12th month. It's going to be Sunday, March 5th, sundown. And the closing is Monday, March 6th, close down. You also find the book of Esther, chapter 9, verse 20 to 31. Remind Akimo, also we got the Lord 54 annual Passover. Give it up. It'll be April 1st, Sunday, sundown, in Raleigh, North Carolina, at the Space Center, downtown. Make sure you get your Passover fees and your hotel rooms booked. Remind Akimo, walk in and check the books for the hallway. If any brother wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing a black boot shirt, tan headband, or scarf. With that, we will walk her through to teacher. Men Israel. Amai Sabak. Mike, Rock, y'all about Shem out shop right now.
Y'all about to drop the storm.
Well, I said to you in Hebrew, in the Most High name, the Most High in the name of Christ bless you. Y'all gonna talk me hands down? Class is clear.